this video, I have a saying about giving a rat's ass that's kind of funny. That how can you give a rat's ass? The ass of the rat isn't yours to give, so let the rat keep his ass. Or you can pick up a rat and hand him to somebody else ass first, and yes, you're giving a rat's ass. And if the other person wants to accept the rat ass first, to give a rat's ass, you're sort of offering up the rat's ass, and it's up to the other person if he wants to accept. So I'll have another saying too, that in some certain things, that if a rat's ass should really be offered or even given about a particular subject. So that's what I say about tolerance to a certain thing. You can say sometimes you give a shit. There's some and I also have a thing where I say there's certain aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck. It's not that I don't give a shit or give a fuck. It's there's some aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck that I don't give a shit or a fuck about. And at any given time, when and where should a rat's ass be given, or a fuck be given, or a shit be given, or even offered? You know what I mean? Alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video. I'm going to try not to ramble on this one. I'm going to go straight to it. I just got to cover this topic on a video in some form or another because I'm hearing about it all the time here. Yeah, Trump is letting go a lot of employees to save government money, and he's giving certain people options and just tell them, okay, what have you been doing in the past week or whatever, and he's checking on everybody, right? And there was people, I guess unions or different people, they want to sue or whatever, say, oh, you can't take away my job or whatever. I'm not even trying to be an asshole here, because I'm not going to tell my life story, but I'm going to compare it in a sense. Like, say, when I had a good industrial job, pretty damn good for Western PA, and then, hey, you get laid off, there's no need for the product anymore, and you collect unemployment. But then when you try to get other jobs, you end up, okay, it lasts not even a year, a few months, or you go with these assignment jobs, and you get paid this different amount. And whatever employee, for whatever reason, there is a thing called wrongful firing and shit like that you can sue for on certain circumstances. But on another token, like I'm saying this, not to tell my life story, but we had disappointments and we had to go find other jobs, different things, just like that's fucking life. Just like the government has government jobs and they say have too many. Okay, there's this thing called at will. I'm just, without telling my life story, any you out there that don't even like me, that say I should get a haircut and whatever the fuck, maybe some of y'all been in this situation or whatever, no matter where you're at, whatever reason, even if it's a political reason behind it, they can say whatever reason, we don't need any more people, we don't want to spend this money anymore, your service are not needed. There's this thing called at will. If they decide that they don't need you no more, they can do it. There's some legal aspects, if you can prove that you were wrongfully discharged for other reasons. But any employer, I don't care what the fuck it is, it's I don't know, fast food, or there's some industrial and jobs or things that I had done. And there are situations where I think I covered in a video before, when I did things on assignment. That's how, in Western PA, you have faith and you get sent to different assignment jobs through temp service. It'll be ongoing, a week, a month. You can be doing a job too well. You slow down, you're making us look bad. Or a certain clique if you're not in a certain clique. And that's why, but there ain't shit you can do about it. If you're a new guy, like in the government jobs, like a probationary person almost ready to get hired on, even though it's disappointing or whatever reason you think it is, there ain't a fucking thing you can do about it. There ain't. Because, yeah, it's a thing called at will. I mean, it would be like you and me have a company, I don't know, making food or whatever, and we wouldn't want to, some of us, speaking for myself, wouldn't want to be assholes about it and, maybe we're doing well, doing a good thing by trying to give people extra jobs, but then place needs a little bit of cutbacks. Maybe in good conscience, maybe somebody like me would, hey, give them a better chance and don't fight them on collecting unemployment or some kind of thing like that. Do it in a good way. But yeah, a lot of stuff, it's at will. There ain't shit you can do about it. And I'm quite frankly, if you got this far in this video, when you're talking government, I've been repeatedly saying this, and I used to listen to people like Jim Quinn back when I had back in the 1990s, when I had my job out of minimum wage. With overtime, I would bring it in over $2,000 every 2 weeks because I was working Saturdays, and then all of a sudden they started cutting back, and then they eventually cutting out profit sharing bonuses. But anyway, Jim Quinn was on the radio, on FM radio. He talked about how government was, and not that I let him do my thinking for me, but I'm a firm believer that in government, the reason why you have all these extra employees, gazillions of them, is because somebody in political power wants to give their son-in-law and brother-in-law a job. They're creating redundant agencies, literally making cookie cutter, cut and paste agencies. Say you were almost, for example, like you were taking cookies, cookie cutter, this agency, or cut and paste, blah, 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 blah. Or some kind of replicate, whatever you want to call it, just repeatedly replicated simply because you got the political power. And yeah, giving people their son-in-law relatives jobs. Oh, they do that in organized religion too, while they're getting money from rich fools that were cutting them checks. They call themselves non-profits, but using it non-profit, you know, even a government only allows you to have a non-profit. You're literally required to have paid employees. But anyway, yeah, organized religion does that. They want to give their son and brother-in-law a job. Government, people's tax money is paying for somebody's unlimited ability to give somebody's brother-in-law and son-in-law a job in government, create more government jobs. And while they give away our money to other countries. And organized religion the same way too. They get away with it. The government lets them have their organized religion. Very seldom indicts anybody because they pay the government their protection money, if you will. And just like the government, they're getting money, unlike the government getting tax money. Oh, and then you give a big check to some television religion, you do get graced with an opportunity to write it off on your taxes as tax deductible. Yeah, how sweet of them, you know what I mean? But they too, just like government, your money, if you cut the checks to them, they do just like the government. They beg you for your money so they can give it away to people overseas, while there's fucking poor homeless people, both black and white, over here. And big religion and big government both take money off of people in one form or another. Say if there's black folk watch, and I got friends that are black, pay attention to this. Both big government and big religion go and give money to tax money or church money cut by a rich fool to Africa, right? Well, there's black folk in say that they're going to give it to help black folk in Africa for a water well. Meanwhile, there's black folk that some black folk are army vets and homeless. Yep, organized religion. Yeah, you're giving money to T.G. Jakes or Creflo Dollar. You got black folk that are homeless right here. Then in this government, this last administration we had before Trump took over, yeah, giving money to Africa and people, Black Lives Matter or whatever, and they too, black folk that lived here all their lives, still homeless, and oh yeah, not to mention bringing people of the same color over there that's illegally, whatever. Don't even get me started on that. It's a little extra ramble for an extra video, but it relates, you see what I mean? So if you got this far in this video, rather than rambling, spur of the moment, I ended up covering organized religion too, because it popped into my head. See what they have in common? Well, government takes the tax money by force, you know, and organized religion that wants to take control of government, the wrong organized religion, implies that you might go to the hell or you're a bad person if you don't want to take money to give them a Rolls Royce or a Jaguar and a fancy airplane, and then they say they're giving it to starving people in Africa. Yeah, you're black, you give the money to Creflo Dollar or T.G. Jakes, and they'll claim maybe you give some money to people in Africa, and then you got people your same color, homeless right on the streets. You know what I mean? It makes a lot of sense in both black and white people. But yeah, and the government does the same thing as organized religion. Say it again. Yeah, giving shit right to other countries. Just print out money or whatever. And then don't do a goddamn thing for homeless. Matter of fact, bringing other people in the country so they can be homeless. Meanwhile, they're people that have been homeless for... Yeah, being repetitive there, but I can be repetitive until I'm blue in the face, but some of the people that are insanely far to the left will never get it. They just totally against reality. In matter of fact, they want to make reality illegal, and if you speak about reality, make it punishable by jail time or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean, too. But anyway, I'm stopping right there. But you got this far anyway. Stick up for as far as this administration, you're the wasteful spending. And yes, I'm implying that organized television religion can do the same damn thing. And quit asking people to write big checks. Quit asking gullible, both white and black folk, giving them checks so they can fucking waste the money. And I spent a short time, not very long, in Mormonism. It didn't last. And they do the same damn thing. They're building temples all over the fucking place, wasting the money, and then they're crooked as hell too, you know. But yeah, I won't bore you with that, you know. But anyway, that's it.